Sorry guys, my camera went off. But I was saying, I don't know if you guys ever heard of what they call a swamp cooler. Swamp. I think they called it swamp cooler. When I first purchased this home, that's something that was on the home. And what it is that was something that it run only by water, and when you turn it on, it only run by water. And what happened is that I didn't know nothing about it because I moved here from the East Coast, and when I purchased the home, they said, yeah, they told me that the swamp cooler was something good to have, and me not knowing what a swamp cooler was, it wasn't like a refrigerated air. And I noticed down the line that in order for it to work, you have to have your windows up or cracked just a little bit in order for it to work. But here's the problem that I got into with that. It was okay in the evenings when I'm home, and at that time when I was working. But at night, I wanted to put on my alarm on my house, and I couldn't put the alarm on because I wanted the air in the house. And the other thing was that, you know, being a person that you're a single person, basically living alone, you cannot have your windows up. The safe thing to do is to keep your alarm on. And putting the swamp cooler on, it wasn't working because it only worked with your windows cracked. So eventually what I had to do, I had to convert the swamp cooler over to a refrigerated air unit. And just for my small house was $5,000 for just one unit to do that. So you know, that worked better than have to, you know, suffer at night being in a place that the temperature gets up sometimes in the summer to 120, you know, and that's really hot. And I could not tolerate the that heat at night. It was too much. It was too much for me. So I converted everything over to the refrigerated air, and now, you know, it's been years later still. But like I showed you guys the way that piece, that black piece is looking, I believe I need to get someone out here and check on that for me, because I don't want to run into any problems. And even with the refrigerated air, one day I came home from work and that went out. I turned it on, and I noticed that it didn't work. So I had to get that fixed, which it wasn't a whole lot. I think it was like I would say about from $150 to $200, which to me that was a blessing all by itself. Just having, you know, having it fixed. So I think I need to get it serviced again so that I won't run into all these big problems and stuff like that. And I'm just in my yard kind of looking around and seeing what needs to be done, and you know, count up the cost of what it's going to take for me to get some of my work done around my house. And I think that's about it. So I will see you guys later, not on the next video, but I will be coming back as soon as I can.
Camera recording.
So guys, it's the next day and I am on my way to church. This morning I was up since 4 o'clock. For some reason I could not sleep that well. So I got up and just kind of got myself ready and prepared for church. So I'm just getting into my car and I'm gonna get ready for church. Before I drive to church, I'm gonna stop at my mailbox. I haven't checked my mail in a while, so that's what I'm gonna do about right now, is check my mail. Let's hope that the mail carrier brought me some good news. So yeah, so how are you all doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. The weather is good and it feels really good out here until I get into church. And when I get into church, it feels like it's winter on the outside. They have the air conditioned, so cold in the inside that it really don't feel that good. It seems like every time I check my mail, I have someone else's letter in my mailbox. And normally I just put it back in the return box. I've had packages that they put beside my door, and hold on, let me get my camera set so I can speak with you guys just a little bit. And they put other people's packages, but thank God it was just for the neighbors. And yeah, it was just my neighbor's mail. But I knocked on the door and I put it, and sometimes I don't even knock on the door. I just kind of put it on the beside the door and ring the doorbell and walk away for a minute. But I've kind of been inside the house. This is crooked. All week. My week went with having a doctor's appointment. Well, this is the month that I do my mammogram and my physical checkup. I did my mammogram on Thursday, and this coming Thursday I have to have my physical done. So it's a good thing to always, you know, keep up with your health and what's going on with you, so that when, you know, if, and God forbid, there's something that's going on with you, they can catch it in time before, you know, it gets too bad. So it is very important that you get your annual and breast exam every year. I have 2 sons, and I am on them about, you know, they're young. So I told them, get your annual, you know, yearly checkup. Make sure that you keep that going, so, you know, you can keep up with your health, and it's a good thing. And I advise us women to keep up with your mammogram, you know, and make sure that, you know, you get tested and all that. So yeah, it's been a great week. Like I said, I didn't do a whole lot with going outside because I really didn't need to go at the grocery store or pick nothing up or really do anything. I just kind of, you know, stayed around in the house and do some spring cleaning. That was much needed for spring. And my lighting is not that good, so I hope that you guys can see me. And I have my sunglasses on because the sun here is very, very bright. And it's kind of not hot, warm, a little breeze is blowing this morning, so maybe by the time I get out from service today, that it'll be time for some heat because, you know, here in this part of Texas, I get to experience the heat from as far as 115, 120 sometimes. And I have a friend that lives in Arizona, Phoenix, and could you imagine that where she is? It's hot. It's hotter than where I am. I can't even imagine. I'm supposed to go visit her, and I'm trying to decide when I'm gonna go visit her, because I don't think it's gonna be like in the summertime, because it is very hot, and if I could hardly stand the heat here, I know that there it's gonna be really hot there. So I don't know, I might go during one of the winter month, between Thanksgiving, Christmas, somewhere along that time. And then I promised my sister that lives in Denver, Colorado, to come and visit her, and that's another situation, because Denver gets very cold, and I don't know when is the best time to go to visit her, because I was gonna go during this month or maybe next month, but the thing is about it, my sister still works, and it's kind of hard for certain time for her to get, a day off. She has like she work half day on Saturday, and she's off on Sunday, and I just don't want to inconvenience her, and she have to take days off that she can't afford and stuff like that. So we'll see about it. So I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit of my road trip on my way to church. Traffic is not that bad this morning. It's kind of light, but on my way coming from church, I know that traffic is gonna be all backed up. Sometimes I sit in my car, ride in my car, and I don't put any music or nothing on, because I want to just get my mind, right and prepared to receive the word of the day. So I try to just be kind of silent and think on the goodness of God, and how He blesses me, and how He woke me up. I'm just so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful to be healthy again. And on some of my videos, I was telling you guys that I was working on my weight loss, changing my lifestyle, and so far so good. I am doing a good job, and I'm not saying that it's a perfect job, but so far so good. I can with having my face would swell on me, and now I don't have the problem, and I thank God for it. I told you guys back, I don't think it was really 2 years, but I would say a year and some months, couple years back, they diagnosed me with being diabetic. And I never feel the way that my sister, who is diabetic, the things that her body goes through, and I know that everyone is different, but some of the things, you know, I would ask questions, and she would tell me, do you feel this way? Do you feel that way? And I'm not like a breakfast eater. And she would always tell me, oh, you have to eat breakfast or you're gonna start feeling jittery, and this gonna happen and that gonna happen. And I would never feel none of those things that was happening that she said her body goes through. So last year I received a letter from my old doctor's office that I don't know what happened. I don't know why. They never told us why they were closing or nothing like that. So I received a letter saying they were closing and I had to find a new physician and all of that. So one morning I was going somewhere, I don't remember, out, and I started praying, and I said, God, show me a physician that, you know, care for, you know, my body and stuff like that. And one morning I was going out to search this place for a new physician, and it was as if the Spirit of the Lord said, you have a doctor's office about 5 minutes away from your house. Go there. And I went, I drove my car down to where it was, and I went in and I asked them, you know, about the physician, all that, and they said, you know, they told me a little bit about her and all that. And I said, okay. I said, can I make an appointment with you guys? And they said, of course. So I made the appointment before Christmas. I'm sorry, guys. That motorcycle just drove by and it's very loud. Before Christmas, I had my blood work done, and I didn't get the results back because I had to go out of town for a month. I had to go on the East Coast for a month, and when I got back from the East Coast, I had the appointment where, you know, my new doctor can go over everything that was going on in my body and all that. And so she asked me, she said, they told you that you are diabetic? And I said, yes. They said, I'm diabetic. She said, are you taking meds? And the reason why she's asking me this, because this is my new doctor and she needs to know my medical history. So I told her, yes, I'm taking meds for it. And she said, but we tested your blood and all that. And she said, we don't see where you're even pre-diabetic. So I said, really? She said, no, you're not. And she said, you can stop taking the medicine and we're gonna get you back in here at 3 more months and we're gonna test you again, and which is this week. And man, I got in my car from that office and I just started bawling with pride, you know, just thanking God for his healing mercy, because it's God. I had to do the groundwork, you know, of, you know, watching what I eat and being careful of what I put in my body and all of that. But I give all the praise and thanks to God for his healing mercy, for helping me. And I'm not, I couldn't understand it, because really, I watch my salt intake. I'm not a sweet eater. I try to get my greens in every week. I try to eat at least once or twice a week of beans, and I drink my water, and I try to do the things that would benefit and help, you know, me. And I could not understand, if I'm doing all this, why am I being diagnosed with being diabetic? So it pays you best to have a second opinion. And thank God, God knew exactly what I needed. Because to be honest with you, if that office didn't close down, I wasn't going to get a second opinion, because I've had that doctor for years. And with this doctor doing all the tests, and the thing, not putting my other doctor down, because I loved her, you know, because she cared for me for years. But with this doctor that I'm with now, it's like she goes into the deep end with checking to make sure that things are well with you. And I'm grateful, you know, for that, because at my age, I need to stay up on my health. I want to be able to live to see my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren, and see them graduate from college and marry and have children of their own. And that is my prayer to God, that I will see, you know, my grandchildren and great-grandchildren like my mom did, you know, My mom lived a long time, you know, and she lived to see her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren, her great-great-grandchildren. And that's such a blessing because a lot of people don't live to see, you know, their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren. And my mom lived a very good, healthy life. She wasn't all that soda drinkers and very little meat. She loved vegetables and stuff like that. And as she got older, excuse me, we kind of monitored, you know, her food and stuff. We didn't portion it because she got to the point that she were older and she just really didn't eat that much. So, you know, we would tell her, ask her, is this enough? And sometimes she would say, oh, that's too much, when it's just a little bit. But we still would tell her, you know, well, Ma, just try to eat whatever you can, and, you know, what you can, it's okay, as long as you're putting something in your body. And my mom lived a long time. My dad died when I was in my early 20s. He passed away, you know, in my early 20s, so I didn't, you know, and he lived a good life too, but he was in his 60s when he passed away. So yeah, but thank God for, you know, the lives that they live, and I try to be as healthy like they were, you know, at this age. So I am at church now, so I will get back with you guys later.
The 4th chapter, the 26th and the 27th verse, I'm reading this out of the Passion Translation. It says, Jesus told them this parable. God's kingdom realm is like someone spreading seed. Now remember, he said the kingdom realm is like someone spreading seed on the ground. The 27th verse. He goes to bed and gets up day after day, and the seed sprouts and grows tall, though he knows not how. Are y'all catching that? In other words, if the farmer didn't figure it out, neither will you. How is not as important to you. Notice that the farmer does not do. The farmer doesn't dig up the seed every morning to check on it. He simply does his part, trusts the ground, and goes to bed. He's not worrying about if it's going to happen. Am I talking to anybody?
So guys, hope everyone is having a great day. It's a couple days later after my church service. So everything went well. I came home and got something to eat, get myself together, took a nap. And yeah, I was just in the house just doing some things. And today I went out and I picked up a few things from the grocery store. I didn't get to show you guys that, but yeah, I picked up a few things from the grocery store, and I'm done putting those away, and I'm just kind of sitting around and just, you know, sorting out the rest of my day to see what need to be done and stuff like that. But yeah, God is good, and it's just the day that I am so grateful, and I'm thankful that He blessed me to see another day. I have this week lined up. I have a few appointments. I gotta go to the my annual checkup on Thursday, and Friday I have to go in a meeting at the insurance/Social Security office, and that's what my week is gonna play out like. And just last night I was just kind of flipping, you know, going through the channels on my television, and I saw this older guy. He appears to be older than I am. I know that he said that he's retired. Him and his wife, they're retired, and he was just sharing some really great advice for seniors my age and stuff like that, about doing things and not giving up. And I don't know, and I can't tell you if I stopped at that channel because it was God, or, you know, I just happened to drop see that channel. And with this YouTube journey, you know, trying to make another source of income, it's been a journey. I have over 100 and some videos, and I'm not even at 100 subscribers. So sometimes I want to give up on it, but I'm not gonna give up. Whatever it takes, you know, I'm gonna do. So I'm asking you guys to not just view. I love the view, but mainly I need you guys to subscribe to my channel. I don't like, you know, asking. I'm a person that really so independent. I don't like asking, you know, people to do things for me, or nothing like that. But subscribe to my channel. I got some other things, like I said, coming up, and you know, things that I'm gonna do with my house later on. And I love, you know, getting on and talk to you guys about certain things. And I am just so grateful that God has given this platform. So far I'm at 91 subscribers, and come on guys, help me out here. I'm trying to do this, but I just jumped on because I didn't end my video after service on Sunday, and I wanted to get back on and and my video and let you guys know I haven't forgotten, you know, to get back on. I just got caught up in a lot of other things that I was doing, and not too long I said, oh, you know what, I need to upload that video, but I didn't end the video. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. Get me to that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and I will be so forever grateful for you guys. I am just blessed with having 90 people watching, but I need you guys to show me some love. And I don't understand. I did a video, and one of my video had over 3,000 views, 1,000 views, and it doesn't cost anything. It's just, you know, subscribing, helping someone out, showing someone, okay, I'm gonna help you reach your goal, you know. And I see where I don't understand it, because once I am subscribed to someone, I don't go back and unsubscribe. I mean, I don't get with that. I don't know what that is all about. To me, it's if you don't want to watch it anymore, just don't watch, because it's not costing you anything. But you go and take the time to unsubscribe, and maybe it's something to it that I don't know about, but once I subscribe to someone, I don't go back and unsubscribe. That's a lot of energy, because I've have subscribed to thousands of people that I, you know, watch, and sometimes I don't see them when I click on YouTube, and I'll go back and say, you know, I haven't seen such and such in a while, and I'll type it in, and I'll go back and watch them. And I make sure that, you know, they didn't kick out that I subscribe to their channel. But yeah, get me there. I hope and pray. When this guy said he was monetized in 12 days, and he said he didn't do anything special. So do that for me. I love you guys. Have a blessed day, and thanks for watching.